Question 7. The table is for the relation y equal to ps squared minus 5s plus q. The table is there. You have the s values from minus 3 to plus 5. Then you have some missing values for y that you have to solve for. A part, figure 1. Use the table to find the value of p and q. Remember figure 2, copy and complete the table. B part of the question, using scale of 2 cm to 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 cm to 5 units on the y-axis. Draw the graph of the relation for minus 3 less than equal to s less than equal to y. That is the range of values of s. C part of the question. Use the graph to find, remember figure 1, y when s is 1.8. Remember figure 2, you find s when y is minus 8. Let's explain what happened here. Now you need to find p and q using the table. Now you can use any 2 points or any ordered point. That is, when s is minus 3, y is 21 can be used. But if you look at the point where you have 0, it will make the work to be much easier. So I'm going to use when s is 0, y is minus 12, and when s is 4, y is 0 to get the value of p and q. Solution A, figure 1. Use the table to find the value of p and q. As I said earlier, you have to consider this relation. From the table, any 2 ordered pair can be used to find p and q. But considering ordered pair with 0 will ease the solving process. So let's take when s is 0, y is minus 12. In the relation, you replace y with minus 12 and s with 0 in this form. So you have q equal to minus 12. Now let's take when s is 4, y is 0. If you replace y with 0 and s with 4, you have 0 equal to p into 4 squared minus 5 into 4, that is for s now, plus q. And you have 16p minus 20. And what is q previously? Minus 12. So you have 0 equal to 16p minus 32. If you transfer minus 32 to the left hand side, you have 32 equal to 16p. To get p, divide both sides by 16, and you have p equal to 32 over 16, and that is 2. So therefore, the complete equation is y equal to ps squared, that is 2 now, minus 5s plus q, and q is minus 12. So you have y equal to 2s squared minus 5s minus 12 as the complete equation. Remember figure 2, you are asked to copy and complete the table of values. And here the relation is y equal to 2s squared minus 5s minus 12. This is the interval for the range of values of s. Okay, now for us to solve for y, we need basically 2 things. that is 2s squared and minus 5s. Minus 12 is a constant, so that you write minus 12 under each value of s because it is a constant. So let's get 2s squared. So when s is minus 3, s squared is 9, and 9 times 2 you have 18. When s is minus 2, 2 squared is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. When s is 0, 0 squared is 0 times 2 is 0, and when s is 5, 5 squared is 25 times 2 you have 50. You can try for others. Now minus 5s. When s is minus 3, then minus 5s becomes minus 5 times minus 3. That is plus 15. You can try for others. Let us try for 4. When s is 4, minus 5s becomes minus 5 times 4, and that is minus 20. That is minus 20. Okay? Now, minus 12, as I said, is constant. You write it under each value of s. So you add directly because we consider both the minus sign in our operation. So you have 18 plus 15. That is 33 minus 12. You have 21. If you add 8 plus 10 is 18 minus 12, you have 6. 2 plus 5, you have 7. 7 minus 12, you have minus 5. So 18 minus 15 minus 12, you have minus 9. 50 minus 25 minus 12, you have 13. So this is a complete table of values. We move to part B, where you are asked to plot the graph. B part of the question, let us rewrite the given scale 2 cm to 1 unit on s-axis. You have 2 cm to 5 units on y-axis. Now this is a graph. This graph, you have that each box is 5 lines. So by default, 5 lines means 1 cm. So if you combine 2 boxes here, 2 boxes will give you 2 cm. So on the y-axis, 2 cm is 5. So from this origin here to the end of the second box is 5. The next 2 boxes become 10. The next 2 boxes is 15, and so on. If you go down from the origin, you have minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, and so on. On the s-axis, the same 2 cm is 1. So from this point of intersection, that is the origin, to the end of the second box is 1. The next one is 2. The next one is 3, and so on. If you go to the left, you have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. It is good that you know what one line stands for. On the s-axis, 2 cm is 1 unit. That means one line is 0.1. And on the y-axis, one line is 0.5 units, or 2 lines is 1. Anyone you want to use. Next thing is to plot the graph. When s is minus 3, y is 21. So this is minus 3 here. Now, like I said, on the y-axis, 2 lines will give you 1, because one line is 0.5. So after 20, the next 2 lines is 21, and that is what you have here. The next point, when s is minus 2, y is 6. So after 5, the next 2 line is 6 against minus 2. When minus 1, minus 5, So this is minus 1, minus 5. Now you are going down, it falls on the line exactly. Then 0 minus 12. After 10, you count 4 lines down, that is minus 12. And because at that point s is 0, you plot directly on the y-axis. When s is 1, y is minus 15. When s is 2, y is minus 12, minus 14. You are coming up. So you have 2 lines before 15 is minus 14. When s is 3, y is minus 9. 2 lines before minus 10 is minus 9. And when s is 4, y is 0. You plot that point directly on the s-axis. And when s is 5, y is 13. So after 10, you count 6 lines upward, because 2 lines is 1. So you have 2 lines 11, the next 2 lines 12, the next 2 lines 13. This is the point for 13. And don't forget the title of the graph. It is simply the equation you are plotting. Next thing is to join the points together and determine the value of s when y is given and y when s is given. Here, all the points have been joined together. You can use freehand method, but flexible broomstick is better. Then C, use the graph to find y when s is 1.8. On the s-axis, we said that one line is 0.8. So after 1, if you count 8 lines, you have 1.8 somewhere here. If you look at the graph now, if you trace that line upward, it cannot touch the graph, the curve. That means if the line should go up, you cannot get y, so you have to draw it down. If you draw the line down, it touches the curve at this point, and you trace to y-axis. It is between minus 14 and minus 15. So we can have minus 14.5 when s is 1.8. When find s when y is minus 8. Now after minus 5, the next 2 lines minus 6, the next 2 lines minus 7, the next 2 lines minus 8. That is somewhere here. You observe that if you trace this line to your left and right, it will touch the curve. You simply do that. You do it that way. So if you touch the curve at this point and at this point, at each point you trace to s-axis. So from here you have minus 0.6, and here you have 3.1. So when y is minus 8, s is equal to minus 0.6 or 3.1. So this is the end of question 7. Let's take the next question.